Hello again, and welcome to another devotional connection. I was contemplating one of my favorite verses today. It is in Revelations 21, 6 through 8, and reads thus. He said to me, "It is done. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. To the thirsty I will give water and without cost from the spring of the water of life. To those who are victorious will inherit all this, and I will be their God, and they will be my children. But the cowardly, the unbelieving, the vile, the murderers, the sexually immoral, those who practice magic arts, the idolaters, and all liars, they will be consigned to the fiery lake of burning sulfur. This is the second death." I love the beginning of the passage, but verse 8 gets real. It lists the ragtag group that will not make it to heaven. Every single one listed I can understand, but leading that vile list of sins is the cowardly, and that perplexed me. When I was in school playing ball, one of my favorite coaches used to drill in our heads over and over again during conditioning that fatigue makes cowards of us all. He would repeat it over and over again during our morning drills. It took a long time to understand what he meant, and as life has gone on, I understand him better today than I did then. We all have ideas and things we want to do, but for some reason we don't do them. Why? The problem with ideas is they're only as good as the actions that follow them. If you want to travel the world but you never do, then your idea is left unrealized. If you want to start a company but never do, then again your idea is left unrealized. I think a lot of what stops us from doing the things we want to do is fear. What if my company fails and I go broke? Will I have fun if I go by myself on a trip around the world? What if I get lonely? What will I do? Now what happens when the thing that we want to do, the thing that we need to do the most, the thing that is literally life-altering and life-saving is fought against? What happens when every monster and villain use every tool at their disposal to stop you from having a relationship with God? What happens when the messages of the past bring with them fear? Fear of disappointment, fear of unworthiness, fear of your brokenness, pain, resentment, fear of moving forward, fear of moving, period. Remember this. It took a battalion of Roman soldiers to come and arrest one Jewish rabbi praying in the garden at night. 500 battle-ready Roman soldiers. And even then, they couldn't take Jesus without his permission. He allowed himself to be taken to fulfill a greater purpose than any could understand. There is nothing for you to fear, child of God, when you're abiding with him. All the fears that are made manifest become pale in comparison to his glory. Like a child clinging to their father's leg for safety, so must you cling to the Father. Every fear now must come through him to get to you. Do not let fatigue and fear make you a coward and rob you of the life God has purposed for you. I want us to be counted in the number that it was written about in the Bible in Revelations 14:12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. Don't let fatigue make you stagnant. Don't let fatigue make you give up. When we don't pray, we quit the fight. Prayer keeps the Christian's armor bright, and Satan trembles when he sees the weakest saint upon his knees. That was a line from William Cowper, a famous English poet and hymnist. I press on toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus. Philippians 3:14. Press forward and abide. Talk to you soon.